Edgar Reinfeld is Wenatchee's interim city administrator until a replacement is found for Laura Gloria, who departed the post in August. But his primary job is the city's chief of police. On Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Reinfeld spoke with NCW Life's Dan Kuntz about the department's ongoing campaign to recruit new officers, as well as changes in the kinds of crime they're responding to around the city.
We've gone through this crazy wave of attrition with retirements. We hit a cycle. It was funny. It's the same thing at the military job. Like 4 years ago, like, where's everybody going? Why is nobody staying? Why is everybody retiring? How are this many people ready to retire? September 11th, 2001, large surge in interest, large surge of people pouring into the system. And lo and behold, 2021 means 20 years, and you're eligible for military retirement. And away they go. And we're in a similar generation here where we've got a lot of folks who came in that 20 to 25 years ago range, and it's just time for them to attrit out naturally through retirement. And what that led to, we went from being authorized 45 to 48 positions, and then we dipped to 34 on staff because we had a huge surge in retirement. And we're building back up out of that. We're at 44 today. I have 6 in field training. Our normal capacity is 2. Our surge capacity is 3. We're doing 6. Full commitment by our field training crew, and we're getting it done to get us up to where we need to be. And in 2026, we expect to hire 6 more. Just to keep us floating near that 47 to 48 level. We expect 3 more to attrit in 26 due to retirement. They're there. They've told us they plan on 26, and when we get firm commitments, then we'll prepare to work.
And you budgeted for that. You're in the budget cycle right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, and you know that this is about what we're going to need.
Sure.
For the fiscal year beginning January 1st of 2026.
And conveniently, we tend to budget vacancies against a full rate officer. The nice thing is if we start them as entry levels, they start substantially below that. The first 6 months, they only make 77.5% of the base pay for a month for an officer at 30 months. And then they progress through 3 steps over 30 months to get to full rate. So the budget implication is cushioned by that. However, if we hire a lateral officer, they come on at full rate, and then we pick them up where they came across. So with that, we have budget authority for what we need to maintain our numbers in 2026.
Where are we just from an overall crime trend? We'll just talk about the city of Wenatchee. That's your Bouviac. That's your deal. About where it should be.
We'd of course always like it to be 0. We'd like it to be this perfectly idyllic environment that we go out and do magical things and no one ever suffers as a victim of crime. What I'll say is when we look at the statewide published statistics, everything is up just a little bit, like across the board. What we see anecdotally and through ours, because the statewide published statistics, that report that comes out, looks at the data differently than we do because it's tailored to a reporting system that looks at it that way. So those numbers against those numbers over time mean something. The way we look at things over time mean something. They mean basically the same things. It's still a very low crime rate here, and that's a great thing. Property crime has fluttered up a good bit at times, then it seems to flatten, and I would say in the last week, suddenly it's commercial burglary is just a thing, and it's infuriating. It's difficult because we don't do that for a very long time, and then suddenly that's the flavor of the month, and it's challenging. Property crime is probably our biggest concern, but I will say we've seen gang-related violent crime on the rise, and while we haven't seen that impact people who are not directly involved in the strife, we have seen an alarming number of juveniles with stolen firearms out threatening each other, occasionally shooting. East Wenatchee's had a terrible problem that's been over and over in some places, but East Wenatchee is not some magical place. You have to cross a border and go through customs to get to Wenatchee. It extends right to here as well. So holistically in the valley, our crime rate is still very low. Property crime is up a little bit and has been. It may fall back down. It's not up 30%. It's fluttered up a little bit. And then the gang-related violent crime is looking very concerning. However, I think we're making positive steps that some of that is being mitigated.